Fellow Southern Cameroonians, good evening. Now, me Sama Thomas. I don't just listen for some audio from my fellow comrade Mike Fulsey concerning the charade where it take place for Canada, where La Republic say if they go to vote join for go talk with Southern Cameroonians. Two people in the will call them out for this audio. May they explain for Southern Cameroonians exactly what it be transferred for Canada because they be there for day. Comrade John Akoro and Madame Marietta Njomia coupling it up with Mr. Abongwa Harrison. Why don't I name that? I believe in I name. Make these three people, I don't name them, so make they come out. They explain for Southern Cameroonians the way they bring them back for Canada. Because since these people come back for Canada, some of we know they put our ears on the ground like elephant. For this, they tell which way they bring them back for Canada. For these three people, which way they bring them back for Canada now, a top secret where they agree with La Republic. Say they don't even let them out in other Southern Cameroon here. Yes, for these three people, man, name the show. Which way they bring them out from Canada now, a top secret. And it did say Dr. Florentine. It be different even make mistake. Enjoy the bandwagon. Make Dr. Florentine, Marianta Njomia, Abongwa Harrison, Comrade John Akoro. Make them use their various social media outlets. They explain deeply which way they go for Canada, so go discuss them with La Republic. And they also explain for Southern Cameroonians this document with La Republic it flood them for social media when an encyclopedia where La Republic don't put them out there. So I not see how a one-day conference it will produce an encyclopedia. We Shakespeare to write them. But I be so say for all the books the way Shakespeare, William Shakespeare write them. No one not get this volume where this one day charade for Canada. You get them. So I don't know whether Marietta and Jomia, Abongwa Harrison, and my friend Comrade Akoro and Dr. Florentine, they be aware of this encyclopedia you don't write them on their behalf. Because all of them are a signature to this encyclopedia. Will I don't write them? Dr. Florentine, if I told me for Canada, but it didn't say me for the. I'm not sure. Comrade John Akoro, Comrade Dr. Abongwa Harrison, Marianta Njomia, they be for Canada. Make them come out, they defend this Bugula Republic. You don't put them out now, so. In front, Southern Cameroonians. If them no go defend this Bugula Republic, don't put them out. Then, the judgment, all Southern Cameroonians will make their conclusions about these four persons. We might not call their name. And I go also like make this Pocto Parole, where they call and say that Prince Jeka, the chief priest, and his mass servants, Eric Akaba, Nzale Clovis, Nanchop Clovis or Nanchobu. Now, which other funny guy again inside this their cabal? I go once and make this woman don't call their name. So the chief priest, Prince Jeka, Eric Akaba, Nzale Clovis Nanchop, make the commode explain for Southern Cameroonians in detail what to be the outcome of their president, Marianta Tiboya. Wait till he bring them back for Canada. He go bring that decentralization. Or he go, because Marianta Njomia is a signatory to this encyclopedia which La Republic has just put out there. Abongo Harrison is a signatory to this encyclopedia which La Republic has put out there. John Baakoro is a signatory to this encyclopedia which La Republic has put out there. And Dr. Florentine is a signatory to this encyclopedia which La Republic put out there. Because if you go into this encyclopedia which La Republic has published out there, you will get the names of all these people that have mentioned them here. Let them explain to Southern Cameroonians first by distancing themselves from this encyclopedia and explaining to Southern Cameroonians what they discussed in Canada and what was agreed upon and what is in this book agreed upon and what was never agreed upon. They owe Southern Cameroonians an explanation what they went to. So when you see this Alana days, like my people used to call them, when Marianta and Abonga Harrison came back, they play a prank like husband and wife. Comedians. They've written their script. They sat in front of the camera. Abonga will say this and will say this, and Marianta will complete it. Like real comedians. We need to get them now come out to explain their script to us to understand. For we are not getting anything. Since they came back from Canada, they are hiding the truth of what they went and discussed with La Republic, and La Republic has finally come up with the truth of what they discussed in Canada. It is now left on them to either confirm that this is what we agreed upon, or distance themselves from it, and also explain to the people of Southern Cameroons why they went to Canada. What was the agreement before going to, what was their understanding before going to Canada? For you cannot just carry a yam head. I'm sorry to say that. You cannot just carry your head because La Republic is inviting you in Canada or elsewhere. You are going there that you want to go and meet La Republic for any discussion without asking who. But the very first question I asked was that meeting organized by John Gute or Mr. Paul Biya? For if that meeting was organized by John Gute and to be chaired by John Gute, I see no reason going. But if it's organized by Mr. Paul Biya, asking the Canadian government to facilitate on that talks, meaning, and again, there must be one thing to be understood by everybody before I can accept such a meeting. There must be no taboo subject, and there must be an intermediary. Like Comrade Mike has said, there must be a mediator that is going to sit in between the two persons to mediate. A third party must be there. Did Marianta, Dr. Florentine, Comrade Njomba Akoro, and Abonga Harrison, were they guaranteed by the Canadian government that Canada was a mediator? Or what was the point of paying their flight? I'm sure Mr. Porto-Parole, Prince J.K. has descended from the point of fighting for the independence of Southern Cameroon, and he has descended low to contribute money to pay Maranta's flight to go and meet her uncle, John Gute, in Canada to discuss on special status. Bravo, J.K., that you've descended back to where Moja Moja is. I can now understand why the J.K.s of the world have never wanted this war to get into Fako, to get into Victoria. They've seen the Bamida man as a sacrificial lamb to be dying and to be destroyed. Why they sit on social media space insulting the Bamida people there. About a year ago or 2 years ago, I put out an audio and I was struggling to highlight something in that audio and asking Southern Cameroon, do they know that all the settlements that La Republic had completely destroyed in Boya are carefully earmarked settlements by the people of Bamenda that La Republic had completely destroyed? So this was a scheme by the J.K.s of the world. Like they went in their meeting in Faku. I made a funny thing they call a constitution. That they should just be dancing behind the people of Bamenda. So that when we fight and achieve the independence of Southern Cameroons, they in Boya should now fight to create the independent state of Boya. I don't know how they will call it on that day. That is the fight that we are fighting. Like in the 90s, in 1992, Frunji asked Hamani Biala and the Francophones that who is fighting who? Is it Union for Change fighting against the SDF or fighting against the CPDM? Who is fighting who? Now, is it the Boya man fighting against the Bamenda man or fighting against La Republic? Who is fighting who? Let J.K. comes out and tell Southern Cameroonians who is fighting who. What is J.K. fighting for? That we should reach Boya for him and his cronies to wage another war in the Southern Cameroon for the independence of Boya, or whatever name that we will call it on that day. That is why they've run to meet John Gute, their brother, as they will call it, their uncle, as they will call him, to negotiate on special status for an indivisible Cameroon, like Moja Moja is saying. I wonder why Moja Moja, in all Moja Moja's crime that he's committing in Boya, all the people that Moja Moja had killed in Boya, all of them are from Bamenda. A well-calculated scheme against the people of Bamenda. Who is fighting who? When this guy was killed in Boya, who was running a hotel in Boya, that was killed by Ekema. The true story of the death of that guy was that this guy was from Bamenda and all his investment is in Boya. Let us kill him because, first of all, the wife is from Boya. We should kill him so as to confiscate his property. And not that this guy was killed by Lara Public. A well-masterminded scheme against the man of Bamenda. Who defied who? Now my take on this audio. Who is fighting who? Jega, you guys should come out and tell the people of the Southern Cameroons what was discussed in Canada, what was agreed upon, that I saw this funny girl and Abunga Harrison playing pranks like husband and wife, that they want to tell Southern Cameroonians about what transpired in Canada. Until date, we haven't gotten anything that transpired in Canada. Our ears are widely open now, waiting to hear from Marianta and Abunga Harrison, John Bakuro and Dr. Florentine, what they discussed in Canada. Me too, Sama Thomas, at 1 year, I've been very, very eager for year, which we would have talked about Canada. Maybe I end up for a year. They wait for an explanation. If not, Southern Cameroonians should now know exactly who are the sellouts in this struggle. Jeka is number one. Marianta Jomia, Abongo Harrison, Johnba Akoro, Dr. Florentine, Eric Nzale Clovis, what do you call it? Nzale or Nzale Clovis, Eric Akaba, Clovis Nanchop. You guys should beware. Southern Cameroonians, beware of these names that I have called. Listen to them at your own risk. Sama Thomas.
Fellow indigenous people of Ambazonia, IPOA, fellow Ambazonians. Now me, Dr. Florentine, una humble servant, una unrepentant patriot, and una leader for the indigenous people of Ambazonia and the council where they call them say ipoa-govc. I don't come for una today for number 28 day for October 2022 for talk for una directly about some fat mammy water lie where they don't spray them for outside, they pump them for social media for day. And we come on now for some we comrade brother we named na Sama Thomas, we there for Belgium, for Europe. That audio where you don't comrade brother Sama Thomas and all that people the way they bring we wahala for inside struggle, confusion for inside struggle, they spread them. It don't spread them suite for WhatsApp for all side, all corner and day. Inside that audio, he make reference for me. He put my name for middle. For palava way no concern me. How come say go to talk about me? For team for matter way no sabi. He talk say me I get secret meeting with Republic of Cameroon official there for Canada. When me I no be go me day. Na total that one it don't make am so it don't cook am for inside Congosa house. Cook am inside Congosa house. Make take am this spread am. When a big lie. Na fat mammy water lie. It don't surprise me, it don't surprise plenty of comrades. Say people the way they talk saying that them they stand, they protect, that them be the army, the way they protect this with liberation campaign for former Southern British Cameroons, where aka Ambazonia what they call them. You know what they call them say Ambazonia. They go make the kind of bad kind story, the kind of bad kind Congosa, with lie them way they don't manipulate them, join them inside, take them through them for outside, where they not even verify whether they think so about me not true. Well, wait till I don't come for day inside the matter where it paid me plenty. I don't come for talk na say the listing that is even if it bad like how Even if it bad like how, make people the way they call themselves say they be vanguard for the liberation struggle. Make them always be honest for people. May they be honest for Ambazonians. May they be honest for indigenous people of Ambazonia. When them get this with homeland, where they call and say Ambazonia. We first time they been call them Southern British Cameroons. Comrade brother Sama Thomas, me I they call you. Say make you apologize. Give an honest apology to all the indigenous people of Ambazonia. To all Ambazonian Cameroonians, Ambazonian Nigerians, Ambazonian Ghanaians, Ambazonian British Ambazonians, Ambazonian Americans, all Ambazonian them, other kind Ambazonian the way they did for the war, where they did for diaspora, where they did for country, for homeland. You get for give an honest apology to them. And if me I be go attend some meeting for Canada, I for be the first person who can talk to my people. We don't go attend meeting for a year, for this day, or for these days. And I go report for one of these the great people of Ambazonia. I go report for one of the indigenous people of Ambazonia. And I go explain why I decide say I go attend that meeting. I no go the hide. I no go the hide. I want to thank all when I want to take time for hear this message. Me gonna share them. Me gonna share them. Aluta, continue. Fellow indigenous people of Ambazonia, fellow Ambazonians, this is your humble servant, your unrepentant patriot and leader of the indigenous people of Ambazonia and its governing council, ipoa-govc, Dr. Florentine. I have come to you today, the 28th of October, 2022, to speak directly to you about a lie being spewed out there by comrade brother Sama Thomas. There is an audio out there being circulated by comrade brother Sama Thomas and other detractors. In this audio, he has made specific reference to me attending a certain meeting with Republic of Cameroon officials in Canada. This is a total fabrication and a complete lie. It is surprising that those who claim to be the vanguards of the liberation campaign for the former Southern British Cameroons, also known as Ambazonia, maliciously fabricate and spew such lies. The very least Ambazonians expect from those who consider themselves to be vanguards of our liberation struggle is honesty. Comrade brother Sama Thomas, you must tender an honest apology to all indigenous people of Ambazonia, Ambazonian Cameroonians, and other Ambazonians. If at all I had attended any meeting in Canada, I would have called the great people of Ambazonia and the indigenous people of Ambazonia to explain why I attended it. I would not have been hiding. Thank you all and stay blessed. Aluta continua.